The purpose of this video is to show you how to conduct a Spearman correlation in SPSS. The example is based on the data relevant to socioeconomic status and reading. What I'm going to do is show you how to do the Spearman correlation and how to interpret it. And then after that, I'm going to show you how to do a Spearman correlation with a Pearson correlation on ranks. And the reason I'm going to do that is to help you gain insight into what a Spearman correlation actually is. And what you'll take away from that is that it's really just a Pearson correlation applied to ranked data. So here are the data relevant to socioeconomic status, and we have a total of 36 observations in this study. And we can see that socioeconomic status is scored from 1, 2, and 3, and reading is scored 1, 2, and 3 as well. And you may recall in the textbook these are very coarse categories, something to the effect of low, medium, and high across 1, 2, and 3. So to test the null hypothesis that there is no association between socioeconomic status of the child's family and the child's reading ability, click on Analyze, Correlate, Bivariate, and put socioeconomic status and reading in the variables box, and then deselect Pearson and select Spearman, and click OK. And here's the correlation between these two variables. So as socioeconomic status goes up, so does the reading ability demonstrated by the child. And this is equal to 0.398. So we could square this correlation, and 0.398 squared equals 0.158, or 15.8% of the variability in the reading ranks is accounted for by the socioeconomic status ranks. And the correlation is statistically significant. P equal 0.016, which is less than 0.05. Therefore, we can justifiably reject the null hypothesis if we accept 5% as our demarcation criterion for statistical significance, which nearly everyone does. The sample size was 36, and all this information on this side here is redundant with this, so it's really a square matrix here. But there's only one cell that gives unique information that's interesting. So that's how you perform a Spearman correlation quickly in SPSS. Now I'm going to do the second half, which is to show you that the Spearman correlation is really nothing other than a Pearson correlation applied to ranked data. So what I can do in SPSS to rank data is use the transform utility for each of the socioeconomic status and reading variables. So click on transform and then rank cases, and I'm just going to do one variable first, socioeconomic status, and we can see that the ranks, I'm just going to get rid of the decimal place, so we can see that a large number of people have been given a rank of 7, and that's because there were ties. So the ranks can go as high as 36, from 1 to 36, but because there are ties, it's not going to happen. And we can see that the highest rank is actually a value of 32, which is tied with several people who scored a 3 on the socioeconomic status indicator. So this isn't a video about ranks and creating ranks. I'm just pointing out that ranks have been created. And then I'm going to do the same thing with reading. I want to rank it from 1 to 36, but obviously there are going to be a lot of tied values, so it needs to take an average of the ranks. I describe this in the descriptive statistics portion of the textbook in that chapter. So rank cases, now I'm going to rank reading, and here are the values. 13 and 30 is the largest rank that people managed to achieve because, again, there were a number of tied cases. So people either got a 2 if they had a very low reading ability, low. They got a 13 if they were medium, and they got a 30 if they demonstrated a high capacity for reading. So what the Spearman correlation does next really is just calculate a regular Pearson correlation on these ranked data. So here I'll do that now. Analyze, correlate, bivariate. I'm going to put the rank of SCS, rank of reading, and I'm going to switch back to Pearson, get rid of Spearman, and click OK. And here is the correlation of 0.398 with a p-value of 0.016, which is identical to the quote-unquote Spearman correlation that I got in the first instance. So by transforming the data into ranks and then applying a Pearson correlation, I got exactly the same value as the Spearman correlation, because that's in fact what a Spearman correlation is. It's a Pearson correlation applied to rank data.